Hi and welcome. My name is Elizabeth. Glad you could drop by. This has been an incredibly busy week. I haven't completed much, but boy, have I ever worked hard trying to get ready for Last Frost Aid. I have done so much heavy lifting, so much moving, so much digging. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. And on top of all of that, we've had the strangest weather. We had torrential rain. And when I could finally get outside to work, I couldn't take the camera out because we've had wicked windstorms. I mean, it was 21 degrees today and uh, windy. Holy cow. Um, I was chasing stuff all over the yard because of it. And I didn't dare set my camera up at any given time. When I used it, I made sure that I had my hands on it and it was on the tripod and it was in my hands because everything was just blowing over. So let's just dive in and I'll show you what I've been up to.
We had 2 days of torrential rain. It was just wicked. On the first sunny day, I started on clearing the ground for where the almond tree is going to go. As I figured, the cardboard did not kill the grass, but it did stop it from growing too much. Initially, I started removing the sod, and then I realized that that was way too much heavy work, and I just started turning it. As you'll see here, it was one of the windy days that we had, and my camera just took a nosedive. And that was the end of me wanting to film anything that I was doing outside because I just, I didn't need that. A broken camera. So I did manage to clear the space. I have to still go back and break up some of the clumps and smooth everything out, but I got it turned for now, which is what I really needed to do. Oh, you can barely see it in this picture. There's a little tag there sort of towards the middle where I have planted my spinach. And I also planted my romaine lettuce, Bibb lettuce, and radishes. So my cold weather crops. Nothing has sprouted yet, but at least I got them into the ground. I also got my onions outside and started to harden them up so they are ready to go into the garden beds this week. This is my peony bed, the bigger of the two, and I want to expand this to make a pink and white garden, and I have to dig it out. So here I'm just showing sort of the general shape that I'm going to follow. This is the first half, or one half, and then the other side will mimic that. So I'm going to do some really nice curves in this and then put in some perennials for now, and then expand it a bit more next year. My neighbor gifted me some wood to build my third raised bed. I thought what he had given me was 8-foot boards, and my garden beds are 12 by 4, and I thought that I was going to be doing 8 foot and then 4 foot for the long sides. And I discovered that in reality what he had given me was a little over 12 feet for the sides. And that was a pretty unwieldy board to be hefting around. I found that I could lift them, and I had no problem lifting them. It was a balancing act to try and carry them any distance. So we had all of that rain, and they had been sitting outside, so a lot of them I actually moved inside to try and dry out before I cut them. But it was very challenging to cut them because I'm really not set up with a proper workbench. And I really had to manipulate things and try and set up something that would support the boards while I was trying to cut them. It took me 2 days to cut the wood because it was wet, and I finally stopped because I really didn't think that it was good for the saw. And then I went back at it the second day and got the rest of it cut. So he let me know that what he would do was, once I had everything cut, he would move it from where it was stacked at the garage, where my saw was, over to where the garden beds were, so that I didn't have to carry each individual board across the yard. Now, I did carry the first row across the yard, and I'm very thankful that he's coming back, because despite the fact that I could do it, it was pretty heavy work. So once I got everything cut, and that was 8 12-foot boards, 8 4-foot boards, and 6 4x4s for the corner posts, and then 2 in the middle on the long side. I next lay down some hardware cloth. Now, I know I have moles and mice. I've seen the moles. Of course, I've seen the mice too. But I have seen the moles. I've got holes in the lawn. So I am absolutely putting down hardware cloth. Now, I got this, it's 4 feet wide, so that's as wide as the bed, but I want to wrap it up around, so I added an additional 18 inches so that I could do that. Hardware cloth is terrible to work with. It's very, very difficult. It catches on everything. At one point, I forget what I was doing, and I didn't have my gloves on and ended up with scratches all over my hand. It's very, very hard to work with, but absolutely worth doing. So I had to do it in 2 pieces, and I got landscape fabric staples to where I overlapped them to then push that into the ground and join them together. And as far as I got on building it was, I attached one 12-foot board to each of the corner posts and got that onto the hardware cloth and positioned properly. So I didn't end up putting on the 2 4-foot ends. I will do that later. So that was the most difficult part, was getting the hardware cloth cut, bent up to wrap around the side, joined together, and the bottom layer put on top of it. This is what I could hear today when I was working outside all day. I have a stream that goes through the back of my property, and boy, these guys, they put up quite the chorus, and they competed extremely well with the wind. I could hear them over the wind in the trees, as you can hear from this. I'll just run it a little bit without voiceover, but it was it was quite the chorus that I got to listen to all day today. And that's been my week. Needless to say, I am extremely tired. That There was a lot of heavy lifting involved, and I was really, I was quite pleased to see that I could actually do the lifting. It was a doable job, let's put it that way. That doesn't mean that I went outside and lifted nonstop and moved and lifted and whatnot. I did have to take frequent breaks because it still was exhausting. At least I got a really good start and on some of the things that I need to have ready for planting. I'm pleased that I've got some seeds in the ground. I'm going to be really happy when I get out tomorrow and plant carrots and get the onions in the ground. That's going to feel really, really good. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.